It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. And welcome to the Mohney Show. You may have noticed that it's kind of a themed show today, Paul.
Yes, it looks like Mick Jagger came in here and exploded all over your desk.
Paul Walker's with me.
Oh, my goodness.
Good.
Folks, it's just stacks.
There's a lot of stuff
Someone
here.
is excited about an event that's happening tomorrow.
Well, I tried to, and the thing of it is I've got so much stuff scattered around the house in boxes and stuff. It's kind of like the Beatles stuff. I don't know. I tried to find it. I took hours. This is like 7 hours of rooting through stuff. I'm not joking. Stone's coming up, Seattle. We're taping the show here on Tuesday. It's coming up tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that, obviously, in just a second. But I did want to touch base with Paul Walker about a couple of things. Mother's Day was on Sunday, and man, what a weekend! Hot weather.
Yep, great weather. Absolutely.
It could have been touch and go. It could have been 51 and pouring down rain, or just the beautiful. And it was cooler by Sunday too.
Yeah, it was still warm though.
Yeah, it was warm.
Still mid to upper 70s.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful, but it wasn't like 90. Man, Friday night was cooking.
Friday night was. Saturday night was.
Saturday night's all right for fighting too.
Exactly. And the lights were out, from the north.
Oh yeah, did you see them?
Northern Lights, yeah. Got out there, walked outside, and wow, they were blazing.
You know what? I was just, it was on my to-do list. I was too lazy to do it.
Walk outside. Too much. It's too late.
It was too much. The Northern Lights or the Aurora
Borealis.
Borealis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's something, man. The sun's just going nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let that be a lesson to you.
That should be good news for us.
I know. It's going to say, hey, the sun's going to burn us all up. Yeah, but those Northern Lights, those are fantastic looking.
Hey.
Such beautiful colors.
Take it in while you can.
Sizzle. What else did I want to touch base? I went out to add the floral.
Yeah.
Oh, got a couple of really beautiful baskets out there for my mom, my stepmom, and then Tammy as well, my wife. What a selection out there.
Well, we got some gardening done on Saturday, and again,
how's the front yard look?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I bet.
It's very colorful.
Okay.
Right now, a lot of color out, and again, out with the amateurs on Mother's Day. That's a little annoying, but boy,
right. Well, we need pictures for the.
Yeah. Well, it's not quite.
It's not
yet, but it's.
Well, we can't get any progress.
It
pictures?
Looks good. It looks good. Yeah.
Well, you and Tony are like professional gardeners, aren't you?
Sure.
You guys mow yards.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And by the way, with us today is our great producer that puts all this stuff together, and we say, "Can you do this?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'll do that." And we don't have any idea what we're doing. So we're doing Stones. We're doing Stones names today. So the Sweet Lady Jane, or else Angie Jane.
Angie Jane, AJ. Jane Angie.
Yeah. I mean.
I appreciate the accolades, by the way, but I did accidentally forget to clip that one spot.
Sometimes when we go to
mother called.
Sometimes when we go to a break, and
sometimes there's talk that's not supposed to make the show.
But, it is a podcast, so
look, it made your mom.
I guess it can make the show,
but still, it's.
I've always had kind of a.
It's not planned.
I've always had kind of a. I guess I like to keep them family friendly. I mean, if Micah and Ezra, they're my little grandkids, are watching. What do you say?
Well, let's make one thing clear.
Yeah,
I don't mean this to be hurtful.
I know. Go ahead.
They're not watching.
I know they're on.
Unless they're on it, and they know they're on the show, they'll watch that.
Yeah.
But you think they want to listen about the Rolling Stones and
no,
Maxine Nightingale that we talk about,
No, they're
or
not gonna. No, there's nobody's.
or the FBI, tales of the
Hey,
FBI.
watch it.
Hey,
But we know based on your mother's phone call that she's listening.
yes, yeah,
And she listened to it 3 times,
Yes.
she said, to
Yeah,
make
she
sure.
kept rewinding it. Did he really say that?
yeah, yeah.
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 Okay, let's get off this
Hey,
subject.
I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way,
Didn't hurt my feelings.
there was a toy show up at the Puyallup Fairgrounds last Saturday. Guess who was there? Signing autographs, but you had to pay $100 if you wanted a picture and an autograph. Lee Majors, the $6 million man.
Wow.
Yeah, and
He's still getting $100.
Yeah.
Huh?
Heck yeah, I'd give him $100. I spent all my money on Stones tickets. Lee Majors was there, and I think it wasn't Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. It was the Bionic Woman, Lindsay
Lindsay
Wagner.
Yes.
So that was at a toy show up at the Washington State Fairgrounds. I would have gone to that had I not been,
Do you remember the $6 Million Man episode with the
Bigfoot?
It was the Yeti. It was the
Oh,
it
yeah.
was the snow
Oh,
monster,
yeah.
right? And there was that ice cave.
Yeah.
That was part of the Universal Tours studio tour
Yes.
for many years, and they drive you right through it. And they actually built. It was on a road, and this thing rotated. They actually built this thing.
Oh, that's right.
and you drove through it.
We went on that, I think, in 2003, me and the boys.
So we went on that like back in 1980, 85 or
Wow.
whatever. Went way back there, and that was before they had the theme park and all this stuff. It was an actual just tour of the studio, which I've been back and seen I like the original first.
Did you see Jaws?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
You drive by the Jaws thing, the whole thing, and the lake is still there. Yeah, absolutely. At the time, they
All
take you
good
down
stuff.
this little neighborhood,
Yeah.
and the Munster's house was here. And then right across the street was the Leave It to Beaver house. And next to that was Elizabeth Montgomery and Bewitched house. And just, it was an actual neighborhood of homes that they used.
Hold on. There may be a discrepancy here, and I don't want to do this live on camera here, but I believe that there could be a discrepancy.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Bewitched house.
Yeah.
Not at the Universal Studios lot.
They said it was.
Well, they're lying because the Bewitched house was over at the Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers ranch. They just tore it down.
Hey, they said Bewitched was there.
After the show, I'm going to have to get with you. Tell me who said that, and they'll be. I'll be
the tour guide did.
Okay, do you know his name?
Elon.
Okay,
I think it was Elon Musk.
Musk.
That was a tour guide.
That's an odd name. We'll get him back, won't we?
Nonetheless, it was this. Yeah. It was an actual just neighborhood of houses.
Oh yeah,
that they just used different ones for different ones.
Because they tore the Warner Brothers ranch is what they called it. That's where they filmed the outside stuff with Friends. The fountain and outside. But that's where Christmas Vacation. That's where that house was. And,
okay, yeah.
Tons and tons. But they tore it down.
Yeah,
they had to put up an office building.
Yeah, they're mad.
Yeah, that's too bad. Oh, by the way, hot weather. This past weekend, and a lot of folks are talking about this. I wouldn't recommend jumping in Mayfield Lake right now, or a river.
Or a river, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cold. Might be hot outside. You jump in. Yeah, that's
Down
the end
bottom.
of it. That's the end of it right there. Okay, so
is that the official PSA?
Yep. You jump in, down to the bottom you go. It's over.
What's is that the 50-50 rule where you have a 50% chance of making it?
I don't know if it's 50%.
Right.
It could be weighted one way or the other. But if you want to take your chance, I don't care if it's a 10% chance. Do you want to take a shot at it?
No.
You can go up like the Tilton if you're on Mayfield Lake, or the Cowlitz if you're in a boat. And in the middle of July, if you get up there far enough and you jump in, it is so cold that you're just paralyzed. So, yeah, be careful out there. Safe boating, all that stuff. We're going to talk about that during the Memorial Day edition of the broadcast.
Okay, yeah.
And that's coming up. Yeah. That's early this year.
Yeah.
It's next week. Okay. Before we get going with anything else here, Paul.
Yes.
Stand by.
All right.
You ready for this?
Okay, let's see.
Lady Jane, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What do you think of that?
Oh,
That's not bad. Watch this. Ooh. That's the Stones. Oh, yeah.
Mystical.
The production value of this podcast just took a leap.
Darn right it did. And so here's my plan.
Yeah.
So, we're hitting the concert on Wednesday, and I'm going to put this in the dash of the vehicle. So when it's parked, wherever it's parked, hold on a second.
So is this battery operated?
Yeah. Not bad, huh?
So why don't you go...
This ought to be good. I know where this is going.
Why don't you go buy it like a pith helmet and glue it on top and wear it into the show?
Okay, that's not where I thought you were going with that. That's a good idea.
You like that idea?
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about putting this in the front window on the dash, of the vehicle or whatever. But now I'm thinking, hey, why don't you just smash the window in and take my Stones tongue? Right? Well, I mean, somebody would see it and they'd want it.
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm taking that.
I don't know if they'd want it that badly.
Hey, you know what? And folks, I'll leave the remote there. If you want to steal this thing, you can hold on. There we go. Now it's yellow. Now, these right here, these are from the 2019 show that happened at the same place. Those are from the Tongue Lady, my dear friend Lori, that dresses up like a tongue.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that she, maybe she saw him down in Glendale, Arizona, because I think she moved down there to retire. But that's the Shadoobie. These are handmade. It's a cup. Look, hold on. Look at this. Got some ice.
Yeah.
You take this apparatus right here.
There it is.
You put that. I mean, it would be a can.
Yeah.
But Shadoobie, shattered.
Yes.
What say? Shadoobie.
And that came from?
Well, that came from some girls right there.
No, that was from the Tongue Lady.
Yeah, that's from the Tongue Lady. Well, no, that was from her friend.
I don't want.
We got a lot of Rolling Stones
what's
friends.
Her name?
I don't know. It was a guy that put he made those, and where's the? Oh, there we go. There's some girls. That's what Shattered was on. Okay. I'm just rambling at this point. Okay.
So her friend's a guy.
Lori's friend was a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. He gave her a couple of these things.
So she
gave them to me.
Is she Tongue Lady? Is he mouth guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't ever say anything.
No.
Okay, we're going back to hold on a second here. Yeah, we're going back to red. There we go.
Red. All right.
Going back to red.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my wallet I'm taking.
That doesn't look like a convenient wallet.
No, it's brand new. It's brand new in this case right here.
Oh, it's in the case.
Yeah,
I thought the case was.
This is you take the case off here. Let me move my beverage. You take it and you pull that baby out. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Tongue wallet.
I think Matthew got this for me. That's the inside of the wallet. And you know what?
Wow.
A dollar bill.
Yeah. How about
that's I can have half a page of the program. So we got that right there. Hey, this came from the 2002 03 tour.
Yeah.
Tacoma Dome. These were little samplers they were handing out. That's kind of a neat.
I remember when you went to that one.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the year I think that you may have spent your 3 months of paychecks on concert tickets. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that the year that you saw McCartney, Aerosmith, the Stones, and it was like all in a row or something like that? Darn close.
Yeah, it was pretty close. So let's see, 02, 03. Yeah. And at the time, I think I was making about $17.50 a paycheck from my former job. So
yes.
$17.50. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, we're really, whoa. Hey, this is pretty cool right here. It's a Stones lunchbox. It's a metal one. Tattoo you. It's kind of funky looking. It's not, I mean, it's cool, but look at inside. Inside, we've got these, what do you know, another DVD. We've got these very special, hold on, there's a bigger one here. Look at these stickers I had made.
Oh, nice.
Look at that, Stones. But the bad thing about it says Seattle 8/14/19.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I get a Sharpie. What do you think, Lady Jane? I mean, can I still put those in the window of the car? I got the Stones tongue.
I mean, candidates do it with their signs. They just put re-elect in the corner. You could, just.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to post these, stick them everywhere.
Yeah.
So that was inside this little box here. Oh, another DVD, Rolling Stones from the LA Forum.
Okay.
You tired of it yet?
Hey.
Tired of my stuff yet?
I'm not.
Okay.
I just am amazed at how much stuff you have.
Okay, let's go way back. The
Wayback Machine?
Rolling Stones, 1981. Kingdom. Wow. They played there October 15th and, October 14, 15. It was a Wednesday and a Thursday. We got tickets for the Thursday show, and it was all, on the floor. There were no seats at all. That was back when they had festival seating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you just ran right up to the front. We got in line at the Kingdom at 5:30 in the morning.
The disaster in Cincinnati?
No, that was
after. That was the Who concert.
That was after, actually, but it was pretty controlled.
Yeah. There was a lot, and that kind of was the beginning of the end of that.
Yeah, I mean, that was now they have a pit at this show.
Yeah.
But it's very small controlled.
Yeah.
So this is the tour program I bought, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is like
that's awesome.
There we go. Charlie Watts, of course, passed away. So one of my faves. Here we go.
Yeah.
Charlie was my favorite drummer.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nut! So great. So yeah, it's just 3 Stones.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Steve Jordan on drums.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of stories now going on about all these bands that are out there without any original members.
I know. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've been talking so much about, these tribute bands like the Tom Petty thing, because, Frank Murray's doing that Tom Petty thing. This is the wave of the future.
Yeah.
I mean, with a lot of them, they're it's just about, it's getting to the point where it's over. Hey, one thing here.
Well, that's because the music won't die.
No, the music will never die.
And again, I say this all the time. I go, we cover a lot of sports, and teams come out and they get introduced and they get warmed up. And they're listening. There's some that listen to a lot of rap. There's some that listen to other, more, current music. But you always hear Crazy Train, AC/DC, Journey, Chicago. The bands are still playing 24/6 to 10 or whatever it is. Whatever that song
25
is.
or 6 to 4.
Yes. They're still, I mean, these songs, they're still, I go, do you guys know that these songs are 40 and 50 years old? Yeah, but it's good music. I go, but, so 1982 football, senior year, that meant if I was doing the same thing,
you'd have been listening to Glenn Miller.
Yes. getting warmed up to a little Bing Crosby.
Wow, this is pretty good. Yeah, because I was over watching a fast pitch, under 10 fast pitch game over at Penny Playground, the beautiful fields over there.
Yeah.
And that's what they were playing.
Yeah.
I mean, they were playing the Blues Brothers at one point. I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty good one. But yeah, I'm like, they were playing that before. Before each batter, I think, or something like that. So yeah, it's enduring, that's for sure. Hey, here's a blast from the past. This album right here, if I can get the glare out of there, still got the cellophane on it.
Yeah, there it is.
And if you notice, it came from Rainbow Records.
Oh, up on the west side.
No, Rainbow Records.
That was Rainbow Records up there too.
Well, this came from Rainbow Records. Right in downtown Centralia.
Well, maybe they had 2 stores.
No, because I bought this record.
I didn't say that there wasn't one here. They could have had 2 locations.
They might have.
There was a Rainbow Records up on the west side near the bowling alley.
That's Rainy Day Records.
No, that was a different one, and they're still open in downtown Olympia now.
Well, they should close.
We just went right by Rainy Day Records, but Rainbow Records was up there as well.
That was the package.
So,
Yeah, they were up there, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about the one in the old Dr. Matt's building that burned down, though, right? Where Central Perk was at the end.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, okay. The Rainbow Records used to be in the Dr. Matt's building.
Yeah.
That burned down.
Yeah, it burned down.
Main and Tower. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You'd go in there, and of course, the incense was burning, and you're like 14, 15 years old or whatever, and the guy said, "What are you doing back there?" "I'm just looking at the record."
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Yeah. Anyway,
now it's a parking lot.
That no one can use.
it's not even a parking lot right now.
Oh, that's true. It's just a gravel lot.
It's just kind of it's like political signs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some political signs there.
Boy, we need more of those.
Yeah.
Here's an idea. Just take them down. Yeah, I don't want to see any.
You know what? I couldn't agree more.
We're tired of it.
By the way, this is a cool one right here. This is from the Stones' A Bigger Bang. That was one of their tours. This is the Rolling Stones fan club. So I got that in the mail. That was pretty cool.
Give that to Matthew, and you'll never see the front.
I know. He's put it on backwards.
He's got to wear it on backwards.
Yep. Oh, that's well. That way you would know that you were, that it was a fan club.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like it.
So that's kind
Are
of.
you gonna wear that tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't
glue that to the top of it.
I don't think it'll fit over the jug head. Well, I mean, I don't know. Let's try it on here. I mean, I kind of look like an ass with the damn thing on, but hey, yeah, boy. Hey, I'll tell you what, my guy, we got gonna throw some backos on the back of that easy loader trailer.
Do you want me to? Can you take a joke?
Oh yeah,
put that back on.
All right.
Because, folks, now we're going to go, again, way back machine. We're going back.
Sorry, folks, the park's closed.
Even further back, you really kind of remind me of Jonathan Winters.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
In the big suspenders. And,
except he didn't have a Stones hat on, but he's on Carson.
Yeah, Carson. And, he's hilarious on one of the Dean Martin roasts. I think it was for Sinatra.
Oh, yeah, see.
He came out.
Sorry, folks, the park's closed. The moose outside should have told you.
Jonathan Winters was his one of his truck drivers or whatever. He comes out in his hat and just funny guy.
I'm not sure if this guy's going to the Stones. Okay, I want to take a break and regroup here. We're going to talk about other stuff as well, local. So let's take a break, regroup, and kind of figure out what else we're going to talk about right after this on the Mohney Show. Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis. We are back on the Mohney Show. It's our special Rolling Stones edition of the Mohney Show with Paul Walker.
Yep.
And the sweet Lady Jane is our producer today. Her middle name's Angie. Angie, that went number one for the Stones.
Yeah.
That was off Goat Head Soup. Or, everybody says it's Goat's Head Soup. I guess it is. Okay. It's the name of the album that came off.
So how many number ones did the Rolling Stones have?
I don't know.
Because I'm always surprised that some of these bands that they never had, like the Grateful Dead only had one top 10 hit in their entire
Touch of
career.
Grey in '87. Yeah. They've had. I mean, I got to look it up here. They've had a lot of number ones. Okay. They've had good albums. They've had bad albums like everybody else. Some Girls right over here. That's one of the greatest albums they ever put out. I mean, that's just fantastic. Of course, you've got Exile on Main Street. and Let It Bleed. Let It Bleed's probably one of my favorite albums from 1969. But man, Jagger and Richards, I mean, have written some unbelievable music. I mean, Sympathy for the Devil and
what's your one favorite Rolling Stone song? Top one. You could only have one. You're out on a deserted island. You only have a record player and a 45.
Let's see here.
What would it be?
Well, there's She Was Hot. That's Emotional Rescue. Oh man. Now, can I think about it for a second? No, I can't think about it.
No.
Probably like Gimme Shelter.
Gimme Shelter. Okay.
Gimme Shelter from '69. Satisfaction's got that. Never gets old.
Never gets old, but I always forget. I call it the Cloud song.
No, Get Off My Cloud.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good one.
I like that. That would be my choice.
She Was Hot was on an album that came out when I was a senior in high school, and I just thought it was such a cool song.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many of them. I mean, Angie's actually one of my favorites.
It is, but if you only had one,
yeah.
Do you want it to be a slow one?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Fool to Cry is that came out in '75 off the album Black and Blue. That's a pretty good slow song. The one that they're going to kick things off. I've tried not to look at the set list because I don't want to know. I wanted to be surprised, but it looks like they're kicking things off with "Start Me Up." Now, if you're a Stones fan, a big diehard Stones fan, that one just makes us mad.
That's why they're going to play it first. Get it over with for all the non.
Yeah, but of all the songs, so we're not playing Brown Sugar anymore because it offends everybody.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
it's not about baking cookies. Brown Sugar.
No, Brown Sugar's right here. This is off Sticky Fingers, and you'll notice, of course.
There's a zipper.
There's a zipper right there.
I like that.
These guys, so this is pretty cool. So this is the American version of Sticky Fingers. Over there, Fowler's Sticky Fingers. Have you see that record hanging up there?
Yeah.
That's like an import version of the same album.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here with the zipper.
Well,
who knows what Mick's doing?
If you're not sure, I'm sure there's a lot of other folks that have a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Back in the early '70s, they used to take the stage and they had this giant blow up reference to a male up on stage, and that was always interesting. I think if you YouTube that, you can probably see it. Switching to the weather, I can't believe this, Paul.
Yeah.
Open air stadium, Lumen Field on Wednesday.
Not only dry, but it's going to be like perfect temperatures as well. It's going to be a perfect. It's not going to be 90 degrees and muggy. It's going to be nice.
And it said rain or shine. So the show happens rain or shine up at Lumen Field. So I mean,
it's going to be shine, baby.
Folks to see the Seahawks, they're used to sitting out there and the blowing wind and stuff. But we're on the Seahawks field because I've got some floor tickets. So really, if you're at a game and it's pouring down rain, I mean, you can get wet, but part of the stadium when you're at a football game is covered.
Part of it is.
Part of it is.
A lot of it is not.
So it's going to be good. So, and
you're not going to have to worry about that tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful.
I hate to say this. What an ass. I was thinking, hey, if it pours down rain, a bunch of people won't show up. We'll just kind of skip forward and
just move forward.
Move forward, baby. All right, everybody up here a little bit more.
All right, tell me, you're going up with your friend, your
Lane Meyer.
Yeah, Lane Meyer.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
But this is your concert buddy.
Yeah,
right?
it's Eric Stratton.
And this is the guy we're hauling off to ELO.
Yeah, exactly.
August, right?
Yeah, so I mean.
Okay, so because this.
What's the?
It's not like. So what time does the show start?
Doors open at 6:00. Show starts at 8.
So it's not like
you've got an opener though.
You're not leaving at 5:00 in the afternoon.
No, we're hoping to get out of town. And the Mariners are playing tomorrow at 12:30.
So what is the plan How are they playing? The Mariners. Yeah, they're in the other stadium. So,
but that's going to add to the traffic woes. So let me ask you this, Mr. Sports Guy: how many people do you think will attend that Mariners game tomorrow?
I think a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be nice outside. Do you think
it's going to be nice? And then how many do you think of them are not only going to the Mariners game, or then also have tickets to the Stones? They go, hey, we might as well get there at 9:00 in the morning.
I know.
Go to the Mariners game, hang out, and then go over to the Stones.
So you think? I mean, how many people is that? Like 15,000? Is that 20,000? I mean, how many?
Yeah, I'd say probably. I think. I don't know.
Because Eric thought about 20,000 people with a midweek afternoon game.
Yep. But I think the Stones might push that attendance even more. I think a lot of people with Stones tickets because look, whatever you paid for the Stones tickets, even though it's professional baseball, it's not close. So it's a real cheap. In fact, it's probably cheaper to get into the Mariners game than to park for the Mariners game. So,
wow. Yeah, you're right. Where's he going with that? Yeah, you're exactly right. The plan is to get out of town as soon as we can. So get up there and try and avoid some of this traffic because it is going to be, I mean, there's a lot of folks doing stuff up in Seattle and then with nice weather, people get out and about. So I got to be there so I can turn this thing on right there. Hold on a second. It's time to.
I'll change colors?
Yeah, what color do you want? Here, you do it.
No, I can't.
Oh, you can't?
It scares me.
I know. How about green?
There you go. Green.
Well, that's kind of a turquoise, isn't it?
That's kind of the Mohney show logo.
Hey, you know what? Right there, that's the color of that Camaro I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
No, that's Steven's car. Hold on.
So what? Okay, so when you get up there, is the focus on let's just get up there, get a good place to park, and then we'll decide what we're going to do afterwards? Is that the plan?
The plan is to get as loaded as we can.
But not while you're driving.
Okay, so here's. I'm glad you asked that. So there's so much stuff on my desk here. Ron Hall actually gave this to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great story. Yeah. So Ron gave me this story that came out of the Seattle Times. Ron's always reading the Times, so it's from the Times. Give you guys credit. It was a slow night at the Screwdriver Bar. Midsummer Tuesday was about to conclude like any other ordinary evening in Belltown. They're talking about back in 2019. So it was the night before the Stones were set to play CenturyLink Field. Okay, I thought it was after the show. Anyway, Mick and the boys staying at the Four Seasons 7 blocks down the street. Shortly after 1 a.m., Charlie Watts, the Stones drummer, walks in to this place. He's got a couple of crew guys with him. They pull up a couple of seats in the basement bar that the co-owner, Chris Jones, turned into a rock and roll clubhouse, plastering the walls with rock memorabilia, including more than a few Stones archives there. This place is decked out.
Yeah.
So Watts ducks in there to the Screwdriver. They have a good time with a couple of beers, kind of looks around, gets up, walks out with his pals, pays for the beers.
Sure.
And I feel so bad because Jones missed it.
He wasn't there.
So, but he did have specific instructions for anybody that was working at any time. If somebody cool comes in, call me. Doesn't matter when it is. The staff failed to call.
Oh. Well, I assume,
Charlie Watts was there.
I assume there was a new staff the next day.
Yeah. So, that happened during the week. And then by the weekend, there was a completely new staff. And nobody got recommendations either. I'm making this up. So we're thinking about hitting the Screwdriver Bar.
Yeah.
If I can get up there early enough, I was thinking maybe we should drive by the Four Seasons and see if the boys are, getting into a limousine.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you do? Oh, you wouldn't do anything, would you? You don't get this excited.
I probably would actually be one that would, let's just go to the Mariners game. We're here. So I probably would.
Would you go to the Stones show?
Well, no. If I had tickets to the Stones and I realized that they were playing an afternoon baseball game, I'd probably just go to the baseball game.
Yeah, that's too much.
I know.
That's too much. You got to focus.
Well, see.
Yeah.
You're a much larger Stones fan than I am.
I may be one of the biggest Stones fans
I know.
out there.
Absolutely.
And that's why somebody said to me one time, "Are you going?" I said, "Well, yeah, I need to go." And they said, "They're expecting you." Hopefully they are. Now, if you can't make it to the Stones show, we were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Segueing into our local music in the park. Oh, man, this is going to be great. Because I'm going to be seeing the Stones. And then is that late? When's that date?
July 22nd.
Okay.
Check that. July 26th, our second show, Music in the Park, is a big one.
Big one.
That is Beatles versus Stones. And I think Miss Jane has a little clip for us. Does she not?
I think she does.
I do. Let me see if I can pull it up here really quick.
There we go.
Let's see. It's
Hang
about
on.
90 seconds or so.
Well, I'll tell you what, those guys are just going to be they're probably going to kick me off their tour bus. All right, we've heard enough about the real Stones.
Let's
How
see.
is it? Okay, there we go.
We're going to try and share it right here. Does it sound just like them?
Pretty darn good. Nice. Now, Paul, where are these guys from?
I don't know. I was working with the agent out of La Jolla, California,
Right.
And they were just, they were out in this area. This just worked perfectly for their tour.
The old routing date.
The old routing dates. And again, as you've been talking about the last couple of weeks about these tribute bands are getting bigger and bigger. And it's the full production. They come out in costume and full bands, the whole thing.
Yeah, the thing about these tribute bands, I think maybe, 15 years or something like that ago, they weren't like great musicians.
Right.
Now these are musicians that are just impeccable, and they're not miming the words or whatever. They're doing it. They're playing the instruments and
last year the Traveling Wilburys tribute that we had, they were all former session players.
Yeah, I know.
And
those guys were.
And they're all retired. They're all in their 60s.
Yeah.
Retired from doing most of that. And they wanted to go out, and they said we never got a chance to go out and do it. So they put this Traveling Wilburys tribute band together, and man,
I couldn't believe the sound that was coming off that stage.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, they were doing originals, obviously all the stuff from the Wilburys, but then
each one,
then one of the guys launches into While My Guitar Gently Weeps by George Harrison.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Yep.
And then the guy that was doing Roy Orbison, he was dead on.
Yep. Pretty Woman. The guy who did Jeff Lynne.
Did ELO stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, if you missed that one, boy, that was something else.
We'll see if we get them back.
And again, they're not playing to tracks.
No.
They're and they're not just up there lip syncing. These are all, people that are playing instruments and singing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We are going to talk about a ZZ Top tribute band that I had the pleasure of seeing.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that on a later show. Let's do some final thoughts.
Sure.
About the concert, about what's going on here. Right after this, Mohney Show. Point S Centralia OK Tire is a proud sponsor of high school sports and wishes all teams good luck during the postseason. With the playoffs starting, that means the weather is changing. And that means tough driving conditions with ice, rain, and snow. Point S Centralia OK Tire invites you to stop by and have your vehicle checked so you're ready for winter driving. Studded snow tires, studless snow tires, and tire chains are in stock and ready to put on whatever you drive, and with a warranty good at over 200 locations. Point S Centralia OK Tire, 1741 Harrison Avenue in Centralia. The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia. Okay, we're back with the Mohney Show. It's the Rolling Stones edition of the Mohney Show. Show comes up tomorrow. We're taping this on Tuesday. And, man, it's going to be a great show. But I was looking around at some of my stuff here, Paul, and I don't even know where I got this. I was trying to remember who gave this to me. And this is Treasures of the Rolling Stones. So this is something that's right up your alley. I wanted to show it to you. You open up this book right here. And the cool thing about it is, there they are from 1981 on the back of it. But you open up the book here, and there's memorabilia in here. So check this out. We get to about 1972, and look at that. There's little trinkets in here.
Wow.
They're reprinted.
Yeah.
This one here is from Maple Leaf Gardens. This ticket stub, June 17th. I'm assuming 1972, but look at that.
Yeah.
A little ticket stub there. And there's other, books like this, Beatles and stuff like that. I mean, here's the citation of achievement, 1969, presented to Keith Richards from BMI, Honky Tonk Woman.
All right.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
This book, it's just full of all kinds of little trinkets like this.
Yes, and I think part of that recognition was also for him reaching his 100th birthday on that date.
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that, because I was going to do a little trivia question here.
Yes.
And that goes, you must have been reading my mind, because that goes right into what I was going to talk about here. Can you guess? Now, this is a two-part question.
All right.
Can you guess the age of Keith Richards? Sorry, Keith. You know. And can you guess the age of Keith Richards' blood?
All right. Keith Richards is 198.
Right.
And his blood is about 6 months. I figured it's changed every, it's like getting the oil changed.
He's putting synthetic in there now. And
the long mileage blood. So.
Some of the pictures of Keith back in the day, I mean, man, these guys were, they were partying.
Yep.
And he just had this clan that he would run around with. They were running all over Los Angeles back in the early 1970s. I mean, just driving around like they were nobody.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys doing, man? And then back of a convertible or whatever, and boy,
it's amazing.
It is truly amazing.
Yeah,
and I think he quit smoking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chewing?
I don't think he's chewing. I mean, like you say, well, okay. Keith, I don't think it's going to make any difference.
No, I don't think so.
But
he still just keeps on.
The reviews out of Glendale, Arizona, Las Vegas, fantastic.
Of course, they're the Stones.
I don't know.
I just
Mick Jagger's a mutant or something.
I just have to think that if they got to the point where it just, I don't think they would do it. I don't think that they would just keep doing it to do it. I think that they have a standard that for themselves.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
That they have. If we can't do it this way, then we're done.
Exactly. And everybody, I will say, there's so many people, and they've been doing this forever and ever. Just trying to run them down. It's like, oh, wow, man, they're old. Yeah, they are old, but at least they still have a good time doing this.
Yep.
And then we get to go see them. I mean, the concert tickets they're expensive, but when you look at how much it would cost to rent Lumen Field for 1 or 2 nights or whatever, and you bring all the people in there and you got to pay everybody, those tickets have to be expensive, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I saw Heart at Climate Pledge Arena on New Year's Eve, and that was just a small band. There was nothing else there. They didn't even have a big screens. It was just a kind of a sit-down show, mellow. This is not that.
Right.
The Stones, when they arrive, right now at Lumen Field, it's a frenzy.
Yeah.
They're building an entire city for us to see. And I'm pretty sure I called Boeing Field last night to see if the Stones 737 landed.
Well, I'm
but
glad.
I'm pretty sure right now we are breathing Stones air. So, yeah, my wife said, well, who are you calling in Seattle? I said, I'm calling Boeing Field. She goes, well, what are you calling them for? I said, there's nobody here either. I want to see if the Stones landed yet. So, yeah, it's just a frenzy at the house right now. It's exhausting me.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm all wound up.
He's
And by the way, had nothing but Stones dreams last night, and my parents were in this. It was really cool. Ronnie Wood walks into this place. I think it was like, I don't know where I was at.
Yeah.
But he goes, hey, we're doing the sound check, man, for the show. You guys want to come over here? And so we were watching the Stones. And then I don't know where this came from. Neil Young pops up. And I'm like, boy, Neil, you have not been taking care of yourself like Jagger. And then there was a couple of other people that were doing some stuff as well. But Jagger was up on stage, and Ronnie gave me a big hug. And I said, hey, unlike that dream that I had a few months ago, where I asked him for some tickets, and Keith said, no. Ronnie Wood came through for me, gave me tickets to the show. So I've already seen him for the sound check, and then I woke up.
Boy, you know what, folks?
Yeah, it's
to
tough
be inside
being
that brain of his is just.
If
Disneyland is exciting? This is just.
If we could only use this for the good of America.
We are. Look at the people we're entertaining. All 6 of them every week are right there.
I was going to say, thanks, folks, for
wondering why am I watching this?
The advertisers are like, what in the hell is the matter with you?
And Steve's answer is, start making a list.
Yeah, my list is just about done, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's going to be a great show.
Should be a lot of fun for you guys.
On the way, and I see that Lady Jane is motioning me because we do have stuff that's coming up this weekend. I mean,
we got choices.
There's a lot of stuff.
Choices.
I know that the county doesn't stop because I'm going to the Stones and because Jagger's in Seattle. Go ahead.
True.
It should. I know.
The biggest thing happening this weekend that we probably should mention is, of course, the Master Gardener plant sale happening at the Southwest Washington Fair. Kind of a big deal if you're from around
here. You better
here.
Go there.
So,
no,
yeah.
I'm busy.
Okay.
All right.
Are you going to go?
I might stop by. It says they're going to have over 1,000 tomato plants.
Oh, really?
Plus all their
So
perennial
what type
shrubs.
of tomatoes do you like to grow? There's like a whole bunch of different varieties.
So my kids love tomatoes. That's one of the weird things that they
you just growing like cherry tomatoes?
So we grow the little ones. We grow some big ones too, but we can't hardly keep the little ones on the vine because the boys go out there and pick them. So
right.
Yeah, that's
Keith Richards doesn't have them because they're too good for him.
I like how Jane grows small ones and big ones. Those are her varieties of tomatoes that Jane grows.
What kind of what variety are you?
I just kick them outside. Go get some strawberries.
So the small ones and the big ones.
What are they named? Are they named like heirloom or something like that?
So that's what Jane goes. She goes to the store.
We have big ones and little ones.
Small tomato plants
yes.
and the big tomato plants.
Because there's cherry tomatoes, there's grape tomatoes, there's weird name tomatoes.
There's
I don't
Roma,
pretend to know.
So she goes into a sandwich shop and she goes, "Give me a couple of small tomatoes."
Yeah. Don't
and a
slice
Diet Coke
mine.
to
I
go.
would like whole small tomatoes on my Subway sandwich, please. But if you go to the plant sale, you can get any kind of tomatoes you want.
Hey, you know what I've been doing? This is off the tomato topic, but you know what? If you like pickles on a sandwich or like a hamburger or something, the heck with those sliced ones. You just go get those little teeny mini ones, and you just put several of those on there, and boy, that's delicious.
Are those the ones they call like gherkins or whatever? The
I don't
little
know,
baby,
something like that. Yeah, they're the little baby ones. They're kind of expensive, but they sure are good.
All right, so
you can grow your own.
Yeah. So plant sale, Southwest Washington Fairgrounds. That's a thing. Steve, do you remember what business we visited in downtown Chehalis last week?
Yeah, we were at
downtown.
In the downtown area?
Yes.
Okay, that was Pedals.
Yes, they're having a going out of business sale this weekend. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Saturday at 9 a.m. I read her post last night. She said she's been a great 10 years in downtown, but she's done.
You know, that explains a lot of things. that explains the reluctance of the interview.
yeah. So I just thought you'd find that interesting. Thought I'd throw it out there.
Wow.
If you don't find what you want at the fairgrounds, you can go to Pedals, see if you can get a great deal.
There you go.
Well, I'm sorry. Beautiful store. Hope,
yeah.
We wish you the best, and thanks for letting us come in and and do the interview.
Also, in the gardening homesteading vibe, there is a homesteading fair at Gate Schoolhouse this weekend towards Rochester, and they're doing demonstrations and composting and cast iron and all those things. That might be kind of interesting. Also happening this weekend, Saturday, Stepping Stones to Mental Health Awareness 5K Run and Walk.
Okay.
I mentioned that because 5Ks are very popular around here with lots of different groups. That'll be at Borst Park. So if you see lots of
I might be able to do, I'm not sure if I can do the run, but I think I can make it from the house to the car and then over there and just wave at them.
Yeah.
Is there a 16th K?
Is there a 6 feet K?
Yeah, 6 feet K.
Yeah. Also happening this weekend is a cornhole fundraiser at Dick's Brewery, which is a regular thing for them. This one benefits Jefferson Lincoln PTO.
Okay.
So great for Centralia schools.
Boy, what a beautiful school that is.
Do that.
Finally.
Yeah. And probably also one of the bigger things, Saturday night, they will have John Reap at McFiler's Chehalis Theater. He's a comedian.
Okay.
He's somewhat known. And so that'll be there. It's $25 a ticket, and have a great time.
There you go. And it looks like the weather's going to hold through the weekend as well. And we're coming up on where my calendar go. This is the weekend of the 18th, and then that following weekend is actually Memorial Weekend.
Yeah. But before then, also on Saturday, is the second jewel of horse racing's Triple Crown, the Preakness Stakes.
Yes, the Preakness. So
Mystic Dan is in the running, as the second favorite.
Okay.
A horse called Muth, M-U-T-H, is the favorite. That horse was not allowed to run in the Kentucky Derby because of the trainer had been suspended from Kentucky racing. So he wasn't allowed to run his horses there. So it's likely it would have
an incident.
I won't say likely. I would say there would have been a good chance that Muth would have had an impact on the Kentucky Derby. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
So who are you? Are you picking?
I haven't really even looked at it yet.
Okay,
to tell you the truth.
I'm going with Mystic Dan.
By the way, Emerald Downs last Sunday, Mother's Day, packed. Absolutely packed.
That's
People
great to hear.
I mean, just
so much fun.
It was fun, and of course they're racing on Saturday and Sunday again this week as well.
So are we doing?
No, we don't have a contest.
Oh, we don't have a contest this weekend.
We just did the Derby. So.
The Kentucky Derby.
Yep, we had that.
Okay, so we're not doing that. I may wager anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can pick Mystic Dan for me if you
Mystic Dan, yeah.
Just because it's my dad's name.
Yep, and that's how they picked him.
Seems to be a lucky horse. Also,
oh, by the way, our winner of that contest, Sean O'Neill.
Yeah.
Did I tell you how he picked Mystic Dan? How he came up with it?
Knowing Sean, I'm not sure.
He's a Steely Dan fan.
Oh
my! So our three winners really handicapped. Deeply,
man. They
went in
a lot of research.
The winner, like Steely Dan. Second place was your mom, and third place was your dad. They both picked Dan because that's your dad's name.
That's my dad's name. Yeah.
So that's how the three out of the 50 or so contestants came up with Mystic Dan as the only three to pick Mystic Dan to win the Kentucky Derby.
But you've said this. I mean, on a more serious note. I mean, you picked horses and just general wagering, out of the blue. I mean, not all the time, but okay.
I usually have a reason for it.
But you have charts and graphs.
I have charts and graphs. But I'm also a human connection type of person.
Okay.
So, for instance, there's some jockeys I go, you know what? If they beat me, they beat me, but I'm never going to waste my money on some of those. But there's a lot of people that bet favorite numbers, names. My mom loved betting on gray horses.
Gray horse.
Gray. Yep. And so I always come in, and so that's how she picked them.
You know who I'm betting on this weekend?
Yeah.
A Bigger Bang.
There you go.
Not even a real horse. That's not a bad name, is it?
Yeah, Bigger Bang.
How about the Voodoo Lounge?
Ooh.
Hey, look at that. There's Mick and Keith right there.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, these are my programs from all these years, Paul.
Mick and Keith. That could be the name.
Look at that. There's the Voodoo Lounge.
Here comes Mick and Keith down the outside.
Yeah, that's or the Glimmer Twins.
Yeah.
That's their nickname. Did you know that?
I did not.
There's a bigger. This is a pretty nice tour thing here. This thing is like I think it was $4,000.
Okay. $4,000 for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the price of.
Now, in any of this memorabilia with all of this stuff, it's just all Stones. It's none of their side projects, right?
Well, I mean,
I've
got some stuff here and there. But I mean, let's face it. I mean, the Stones are best when they're together.
But do you have like a big poster of Mick Jagger and David Bowie? And what was that awful song that they did together?
Oh, was that Dancing in the Streets? Oh, boy. That was a good idea in 1995.
Wow, that was rough.
I played that song.
Hey, you know, there was a lot of stories about Billy Squier and how he'd crawl on the stage. That video made Billy Squier look normal.
I know. I mean, that was a real smoker, wasn't it? I remember when that came out. I was in college radio over at Centralia College. It was on KCED, and that came out, and it's like, I'm not a huge fan of that song to begin with.
Right,
you know,
right.
So
it's not a good
sorry.
song. I'm sorry. That's a clinker.
And a little stinky around the edges. And and of course at that point we're watching MTV, and I'm like, man, you guys are embarrassing yourselves.
Yes. Wow.
Woo.
Well,
here's one of their better albums, Bridges to Babylon.
Okay, yeah.
That one came out.
Where's the new one? Do you have that in here?
Yeah, I left it at home. It's on the turntable.
Oh, of course you're listening to it.
Yeah, I'm listening to it, and
juiced up.
I think it's making the neighbors mad.
Okay.
I did want to let's see here. This is Shine a Light. There's that. Got plenty of DVDs here.
Yeah.
Quite a few different things.
Do you ever watch them?
No. I don't know why. I mean, I tried to.
Yeah, okay.
This book has been entertaining today.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd like that. I'll I don't know. I might unzip those pants on sticky fingers at some point here.
Again?
Oh, by the way, another entertainment note here.
Yes.
You guys may not know this, but you know what I was drafted into doing this Saturday night?
What's that?
Forget all that stuff you're doing around town, folks. I'll be down at Frosty's.
For what?
Playing music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Show starts at 9, baby.
Baby.
I'm filling in.
Baby.
Wow.
You taking my baby now?
No, having my baby. Boy. That was voted. Wasn't that on our list of worst songs ever?
Paul
Yeah.
Having my baby.
God. Can you imagine being on the radio at that point?
I don't know why, but I did, and I suggested.
Yeah.
Yes, I suggested to Tony that be our wedding song, and he quickly denied.
Quickly, yeah. And that only shows good taste.
Well, and common sense.
Yeah.
Which
I can just hear it right now. WCIO, Baltimore. That's Paul. Let's just move on to the next song. What else is a clunker? Yeah, here's Billy Don't Be a Hero.
Hey.
Oh.
Bo Donaldson. Come on, my friend.
Oh man.
He was still performing a couple of years ago, I saw.
I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just that, you got to admit there were some clunkers. Yeah, Lady Jane.
This is a newer one, but my husband makes fun of me, and every time it comes on, he makes a big deal out of it. I hate this song, Watermelon Sugar. Have you heard that one?
Oh, yeah.
They play it everywhere. Like, I've heard it played at, little kids' events, and supposedly it's about sexual activity. And I'm like, this is a children's event.
Watermelon.
Well, it's just like Afternoon Delight.
Oh.
Everyone
But
thought that was...
Afternoon Delight is a good song. Watermelon Sugar sucks.
I got to go with her on that one.
I'm not
I'd rather
sure it's
listen.
a good song.
you know what?
It's not a good song.
But I will say,
and as a kid in 1976, Skyrockets in Flight, we thought it was about the 4th of July and not a hookup in the afternoon.
Oh,
so.
Did you hear it coming from your parents' bedroom and get scarred for life, or what happened?
No, there was.
What are you talking about?
The only thing I heard from my parents' bedroom was snoring.
That's a 4th of July song all the way.
Yeah. So what is a watermelon?
Watermelon sugar.
Yeah, so that's about a picnic, isn't it?
Yeah,
out having a picnic with watermelon.
I'll tell you what it's about.
I don't think that's what the.
I wonder if it's about seedless watermelon or if it's seeded or what the deal is. 3 cents a pound. This stuff's pretty good.
Depends on your preferences, apparently.
Whoa. Come on. You know, that is a good point, though. With some of the other, various styles of music. I mean, they don't leave a lot to, imagine about, where, some of those songs, it's like,
you have to, yeah.
You can read between the lines there.
Look, the other thing is, let's be serious. There's such a small percent of people that actually listen to the lyrics.
Well, they make their own lyrics up.
Right, exactly. All the time. And because you can't understand a lot of them a lot of times to begin with. But it's just how you perceive it. And you know what? And every time I hear Afternoon Delight, I think of a summer day in my childhood.
Do too. And I watched the video. There's a video for it.
Riding my bike and barbecue, hot dogs and stuff. And I go, that has nothing to do with the song.
It does in my mind.
I know. Exactly.
You haven't lived until you've like a song, that, like you said, you don't listen to the lyrics to, and then you hear the Kids Bop version, and how they've edited and adapted it, and then you're like, oh no, I didn't realize.
Well, as I was going through the music room last night, that also doubles as a garbage bin.
Yeah, okay, good.
Get things cleaned out. So I find this, one of the. What is this? The 11-inch or whatever. I find the big version of the Knack, My Sharona. We were just talking about that.
I've told a story about My Sharona's lyrics on this podcast.
That rivals any rap song you ever heard. And people are playing it with a straight face. And then I love this. Well, we're gonna play the single version. So you're taking the guitar solo out of the middle of the song, but Doug Feiger's still talking about, oh, my little... Never mind.
Well, yes. And by God, we can't have Steve Miller sing funky shit going down in the city. We have to change that word, but you can just play these songs completely.
I will say that I've heard that I have heard some of those songs that we've been listening to for 45 years, and you know what? That was the result of the wardrobe malfunction. Yeah. I mean, you remember that at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, all hell broke loose after that.
Yeah.
It was, oh my God, we can't play Life in the Fast Lane anymore.
Yeah.
Because you've been up and down that highway, haven't seen a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Where else Stone's She's So Cold.
Yeah.
What was the reaction in the room when that happened at that Super Bowl for you? Do you remember? Like, was there any?
I was working.
No, there was no reaction because virtually no one saw it. It had to be slowed down so you could go back and see it.
The only reason that it became a big deal is because the media made it a big deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was halftime at a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It wasn't a commercial, which is the only thing people really paid attention to.
Yeah.
They're eating dip, drinking beer, or going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
This was the reaction in my house. It happened, and my dad just said, "Was that her boob?" And then a commercial came on, and it was over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was at the Lucky Eagle. We were having our Super Bowl party.
Yep.
And I mean, it was being displayed on 75 different TV sets plus big screens, and I don't remember anybody even saying a word.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, after that, we had to go back and edit everything on radio, so you'd be going along, and everybody's singing the words anyway. Oh, there's a good song from 1977. We better edit it.
Maybe we should someday have a radio station that just plays the music as it was. Maybe we can finally get to that someday.
That's not a bad idea.
You know what? Maybe we should think about that.
Okay.
All right. We'll think about that.
Yeah. And you know what I love too? That one right there, that Rolling Stones single, She Was Hot.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you what, you guys, that one might be a little bit dirty too.
All right. Hey. Well, hopefully we can find someone that will actually just play the music as it's been written.
Right there. That means we're on the dirty. We're playing
blue.
We're playing the dirty.
Reached the blue comedy hour.
Playing the dirty music right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess it's going to wrap it up for today because, I mean, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
I am excited about the Stones, so I hope I didn't just offend everybody by this excitement. I do have a feeling I may not be able to talk about this, in the future. I mean, you do the math. Jagger's, 81? I think he turns 82 in July. And, I mean, he's in fantastic shape. But, a few years ago.
82.
Well, he's exactly. And so in 2019, right before that happened, or was it 18? He had the bypass.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, you started doing the
then
math.
Just after the bypass, he had a kid. So
I know. Him and Tony Randall. What are you, 78? Yeah, we just had our first kid.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. He's running around. Well, I'll tell you what,
Randall.
Ronnie Wood.
Who are you kidding, Tony?
Ronnie Wood's got 5-year-old twins. You know that, don't you?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones. I mean, his kids are like twins. They might be 6.
They might be 6.
6 or 7.
So when Dad is at their graduation, he'll be 100.
Preserved.
And still there.
Propped up.
Probably, and still playing concerts, probably.
A weekend at Ronnie's. Anyway, come on out and see me at Frosty's. Music starts at 9 o'clock.
Is it going to be all Stones?
Yeah, they don't know that yet. Now,
are you not seriously tomorrow? Are you going to be doing some some video tapes and stuff?
That's what I was going to say too. So
some pictures.
We will be doing video and pictures, and I want to get this well documented. It's going to be a fun time, and just the whole ambiance of the whole thing. It'll be a good time.
I hope that.
Oh, and I do have.
Talk to some of your fellow fans there too. Interview them.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I like it.
And I've got my tickets. They're right here. They're in my wallet.
Okay. Yes.
Look at that wallet.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you have to put them in your wallet.
Tony.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't do any.
So explain this. So I have a Ticketmaster account, and the folks, that I bought the tickets from transferred them to Ticketmaster. Then I put them in my wallet. So this is what I show them. I bring my wallet up, and then I show it at the stadium. Yeah,
it's just a simpler way than having to dig through your email for the receipt again, which is what I do anyways, because I complicate my life. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Some of those tickets, I was looking in the pit, the standing only down in the front there. They started those tickets off at about $1,600.
Yeah.
Or $800 or something. In fact, you know what? Tim Filer, owner of McFiler's, Tim's going, and he said he's got tickets for the pit, so I'm envious of that. But then on some of those other, StubHub and Mark's tickets and stuff like that, okay, well, I found a ticket here. It's $545. Now, at one point in my life, I might have done something like that. But then you get to check out. They make you put everything in there.
Yeah,
you get to check out 2 tickets. So you figure 2 tickets. Let's just say $500. So they're $1,000. You get to check out, guess how much?
No idea.
$1,800.
That's for like the secondary market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just the convenience of just, okay, well, I don't care.
Well, that's what they do.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever be that.
You know what? I just show my picture of my cat Larry, and I pretty much can get in anywhere. So.
Oh yeah.
So that's my pass.
That's a good deal. One last thought here too.
Okay.
So
just show them that.
I was going to say, Angie. So what you're saying is, if I give them this wallet at the gate instead of my other wallet, I won't get in.
It might be worth a try. You know, but I
Isn't
don't
this
think
my
that's,
ticket?
that's quite the wall that they're talking.
I'm just being a jackass.
I mean, does that mean that people with like Stones tattoos just like come up and like lift the you know, I don't know.
I've got a Stones tattoo. It's got a barcode for the front row
Is
seat.
it on your butt cheek?
What?
Is it on your butt cheek? I was gonna say you probably
It's
can't
near
show
my
that.
lower extremities. Oh, by the way, I was listening to some birthday wishes a couple of days ago, and somebody wished they wished their kids happy birthday, and then the very next line was, and we also wish Turd Ferguson happy birthday. So I thought I remembered to tell you that.
Turd Ferguson. Yeah. Funny name.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good guy. Okay, well, I'll update you when we hit the Stone show, and have a great weekend, or have a great week. There we go.
Yeah, have a great week.
And we'll see you next week.
Right? Got it.
Anything to add?
That's it.
We done?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Thank
you.
Have fun. Take care. Back next week with the Mohney Show.
You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see that you can truly be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.